Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Real quick, I wanted to touch on something. I've really been dodging it, or whatever the case may be. But, ladies, I got a question. What is your real problem with these passport bros? You know, way too often we are out here putting out front what the fuck we're doing, or whatever the case may be, and we can't just go quietly do what we need to do because we got to tell everybody. But since it's a part of the conversation, or whatever the case may be, I'm going to get into it real quick. Because, ladies, you do realize that at every turn, not all women, but most of y'all are out there telling us that there's all of these things that you're no longer going to do because you have evolved to this new person. And you're telling those dudes, go find what you want because it's not you. And then when he do it, all of these videos are now coming out that are basically condemning what these dudes are doing. Now that he's calling the bluff. See, you told him, you rejected him. No, I'm not going to meet you halfway. I'm not going to be this. You call it a slave. We call it committed person. You're not going to do things that make him happy because it's all about your happiness. And ladies, you said you're just not going to be what he, and he didn't fight you on it. He's going across seas to find that person and bring her ass back. And she's willing to come. And I've heard it's risen to I've heard this, I haven't seen it, but I've heard that it's risen to the level that black women are now threatening like Filipino ladies and stuff. Ladies, I want y'all to understand something. This is no different than all of this time that we've been watching y'all go on girls' trips and posting pictures at the beaches and posting pictures on your hikes through Jamaica and posting pictures. We know what the fuck is going on in those situations. The only difference is that you're going to have a flash in the pan good time, and he's going looking for a future. The future that you won't give him, the future that you said, I'm not going to be. Because essentially what you're asking him to do is feminize himself. Is to switch places with you. Because you're saying what a woman has traditionally been, I'm not going to be that. So when it comes to taking care of the kids, working around the house, doing things, you're not going to be that anymore. So somebody has to do it. So understand that. Now, ladies, we keep hearing how black women are the least unprotected. Could it be that you are turning down these men who want to see the only first of all, it comes down to understanding what each other are asking. We understand what you're asking. We can't give it to you. Because if we give it to you now, we become the woman of the situation. But I want y'all to understand something. When you asking us to protect and provide for you and then we unlock your feminism, ladies, only thing that we're asking you to be is be the if someone should break in the house, be a good reason for me to go down there and take that ass kicking or take that bullet or whatever I have to do in order to make sure they don't get to you. Be a good reason. Because if it gets to the point where we start waking up and looking at you to go see what's going on downstairs, then you're going to look at us how? See, that's why we know y'all don't really want equivalency. We know y'all don't want equality. We know that shit. But you don't want to give, you only want to give in certain situations. Really, you don't want to give in no situations. You want to be equal with advantages, which is not equal at all. You want the traditional advantages of certain aspects of life. I hate when we refer to each other as partners. Now, ladies, my last video, like I said, we have so many women posting about how black women are unprotected, right? And we have to separate these things. Because my last video, I asked, do you want me to protect this woman?
If your daddy ain't shit, clap your hands.
Now, with all due respect to all the ladies out there, when we say not all women, this is exactly what we're talking about right here. I'm going to show you the type of woman that deserves to be preserved, protected, treated well, loved, nurtured, and a guy who should be willing she should have a guy who is willing to die for her. This woman.
I'm broke.
I don't care. Look at me. I don't care what the fuck we have to go through. I'm gonna go through it with you. We're gonna go through it together. I don't... Listen. If you gotta stay with me and find a job, we're gonna sit all night going through applications together. I will not let you fall. You understand me? I am never going to let you fall. I'm always going to have your back. I'm always going to make sure you have it. Look at me. You're not broke. If you can sit there and put food on the table, then you're fine. You got us.
Let me give it to y'all like this. It's very easy to love me at my best times. It's very, very easy to love a person at their best, but the relationship don't truly start until you're at your worst. The relationship don't truly start until he looks at you at your worst, and he brings you up, and he sticks around to bring you up, and you do the same. Sure.